good evening, and welcome back to the One Celtic Fans View this evening. Good evening to you. Yes, you right there, sitting there. Thank you for subscribing to the channel, and thank you for supporting the channel every single day. But anyway, let's talk about Celtic, and there's breaking news tonight. There's breaking news tonight that Celtic have Anthony Joseph has confirmed it. I'm going to go into, because there's a couple of things coming off on Twitter. Sky journalists are on forum tonight. That's one thing that I will say. Notifications. Anthony Joseph. Hello from Roasting, Thailand. Aussie travels. Someone says that Anthony Joseph has confirmed it, but Anthony Joseph has not put anything on his Twitter. Now, I know that, first of all, apologies to, what's the name of the podcast? The Underbutter. 2 seconds. Come on. Because someone did ask me to mention their podcast. The Underside, was it? Off the Underside. Apologies to the guys at Off the Underside. They wanted me to promote their podcast tonight. It went out an hour ago. Apologies, guys. I've been off my. I've been busy doing stuff, and I forgot to mention it in this afternoon's video. But allegedly, Anthony Joseph has confirmed, although he doesn't have it on his. Oh wait, he's not confirmed it. He's just retweeted. No, he's not. He's not even done that. But anyway, some reporters are saying that there is some kind of meeting going on at Lennoxtown tonight. Now, the big breaking news, as far as Celtic fans are concerned, strap in, put your seatbelt on. There's a bid potentially going to come in for Arne Engels. It's coming out of Germany tonight that RB Leipzig are also looking into Arne Engels. RB Leipzig are exploring several options in the central midfield. They're keeping an eye on the development of both players. Engels is on a short list for centre midfield. However, the priority is for signing another player who has a 25 to 28 million pound clause. How much should we sell Arne Engels for? Let's do a poll. Let's do a poll. Wait a minute, I need to change screens. Let's do a poll. How much should we sell Arne Engels for? Poll. Engels, I wish. Why is the computer playing up? Copy that. Give me 2 seconds. How much should we sell? Better make Engels a couple of. Well, There we go. Damn, I wasn't meant. How much would you sell Engels for? 5 million, 11 million, 15 million, or give him away? There's the poll for this evening. You do like a poll on the channel. That'll be interesting. Give him away. 15 million, 68%. Give him away. 7 million. Oh my goodness. He's contributed with 32 goals this season. A box Space Raiders, 5 bottles of buck. A box of Space Raiders. Where is that? Where is that? Mikey Boy says a base of Space Raiders and 5 bottles of Buckfast. Keep Arnie, punt Callum. Engels is pish. I would take 11 million. 15 million if they're daft enough to buy him. 22 million. Then there's the deal. 15 million then, Baz. That's it. 15 million. Bet they sell him for 8 million. New York City Breakers biting twats. Come on, Celtic. Rocksteady crew. What the heck? Oh, I need to start talking about. Yeah, you do need to start talking about football, mate. If they come in with an offer of over half what we paid for him, we should take it 100%, 78 million. Interesting. Interesting what we think that of not selling. You need to put an option of not selling. You only get 4 options. I should have put don't sell him, but yeah, but you know, it's just a bit of fun. It's not too serious. Why so serious? Why so serious? Anyway, in other Celtic news, we will get back onto the main point of the news. Let's jump onto that. It is coming out of Sky Sports Germany for the Arne Engels one. RB Leipzig looking to take Arne Engels back to Germany. It would be just the thing that Arne Engels would be sold to RB Leipzig, and then next season we play RB Leipzig in Europe, and Arne Engels wipes the floor with Celtic, scores, plays a blinder like every other player that does leave Celtic. I think we need 3 or 4 in. I still think we need 7 in. Can't answer that. Poll says just a coin. Be lucky to get 3 million for him. There's a player in there with Engels. There is so. Where's the keep option? It's just a bit of fun. It's just a, I don't know, it was a last second thing. But anyway, in other Celtic news, Celtic look as if they are not going to get a certain player. Now, where is it? It was reported earlier today on the channel. I did report it that Celtic were interested in a Chelsea striker. But Mark Hendry, the reporter, has been in touch allegedly with someone at Chelsea, and he put on his Substack account this afternoon. He says Celtic need a striker in January transfer window, but time is running out. We've needed a striker for a full calendar year. Watch us sell Daisen Maeda on Friday, because it'll be 1 calendar year since we sold Kyogo Furiashi after a European game. He played fantastic. Kyogo missed 3 golden opportunities to score goals in that game, and then he was sold the very next day under our feet with 1 game remaining in the Champions League. And that 1 game remaining could have got us way fucking higher up the table when we could have got automatic qualification, but we didn't. Anyway, move on. And I still, if you're a betting man, put a bet on Celtic selling Daisen Maeda the end of the week. Just saying. But anyway, Celtic were interested in David Fofana. He was recalled by Chelsea from his club in Turkey, I believe it was. And he sounded out sources at Chelsea regarding interest from Celtic on any possible deal to be done. However, he was told by senior sources at the club that Celtic have not put forward any bid for the player. That would suggest that Chelsea are obviously looking to put the player somewhere else. His agent's obviously got another club in mind where they will sell him, and Celtic are nowhere near it. It leaves us with Mohamed Bamba as an alternative Or maybe the meeting tonight, is to clarify how much Celtic will put in an offer to Motherwell for. Now, there is another situation that was at Celtic with Stephen Welsh. If you remember, a couple of weeks ago, Celtic did put out that they were willing to take a small contribution towards the chapel in the form of a fee for Stephen Welsh this window. Or in the summer, Aberdeen come out and said that even though they've not got a manager, they are actively looking to recruit Scottish players, and they would be interested in buying Stephen Welsh. Now, Stephen Welsh, it was said at the time, Celtic had until the 14th of January to recall Stephen Welsh if they wanted to sell him on, but that would have meant him not playing for Celtic against Auchinleck Talbot. Now, he cannot now play for Aberdeen this season, which puts on hold any move potentially to Aberdeen for Stephen Welsh. The only move that Stephen Welsh has left to him this season would be a return to Motherwell. Will Celtic use Stephen Welsh as a bit of a lace my palms, and we'll give you some cash for a player and Stephen Welsh? Another player that has been linked with Celtic is this geezer here. That's all I'm going to say on it, because it is just pure speculation. We don't know what's really going on at Celtic. Celtic are getting linked with an unbelievable amount of players now, and if bids do come in, there's one thing for sure. If bids come in for, say, Motherwell say, right, okay, we'll do a deal, Stephen Welsh plus cash. If a bid comes in for Dyson Maida, he's gone. If the bid comes in for Arne Engels, 15 million, the board would fucking, the board would jump at it. Profit for Arne Engels. Boom, gone. Back to Germany you go, son. It's unbelievable. It's going to make it interesting going into the tail end of the window. How much is he worth is the question. How much is Arne Engels worth? I still think he's worth the 11 million we paid for him. Celtic might think it's more. Can't afford to sell, we can't buy. This is true. As bad as Engels can be at times, we can afford to weaken the squad further. Can we afford to weaken the squad further? Engels is good. What Engels does, he's better than a lot of fans think. Some of his touches, some of his movements, fantastic. He can pinpoint a cross right into the 6-yard box. And it's not our fault that Celtic haven't got big defenders and big strikers to batter the ball into the top of the net. If we were to score from the majority of the corners that Arne Engels puts in, I think people underestimate him. You know, and I get it why people think, I know he's shite. But his assists, Arne Engels' assists, would be through the roof if we had someone who could header a ball into the back of the net in corners. Do you know what I mean? Come on, lads, 15 million for Engels. You must be smoking some good shit. Be lucky to break even. It's just some of the comments. It's been 315 comments already. I'm going to jump to the end of the comments. Apologise if I've not read out your comments. But there's set pieces. McCowan and way better. Oh, not a chance. Are you having a laugh, Gerard? Come on. Come on, mate. McCowan's not better than Engels. He was absolutely woeful against Auchinleck Talbot. He should, deep breath. McCowan should have shone against Auchinleck Talbot. He was getting bullied sometimes. He was all over the place. Somerset's Tab says he's sick of this shit every transfer window. He can't even cross a ball with his left foot. We're talking about McCown. Arne is the link between McGregor and the attack. Yep. What have the fans been smoking tonight? No idea. But anyway, let's change that screen to this player, Bamba. Celtic have made a loan offer. I heard this deal's falling through as well. There's no point in you know, there is actually no point in talking about it. Target man that can bring the ball down. You would see it. Yeah, exactly. If we had that's a good one. If we had a target man that could bring the ball down, you could see Engels worth. Yeah, definitely. We need to keep decent players. We have to need to build surely. I think that Arne Engels will be thinking forward. And if you were Arne Engels, right? Let's be honest. Let's have a personal chat, just me and you. If you were Arne Engels, do you think would you looking forward to Celtic this summer? Right, you're not a Celtic fan. You're doing your job. You love the club. You love playing for Celtic. But between me and you, would you want to go and play in football in Germany this summer, or would you stick around not knowing who the manager is at Celtic next year, and then having this whole shit show again? I think I'd jump ship, to be honest. Go and play in Germany. It's funny because seeing Murder McLeod was on Facebook today, and Murder McLeod was talking about the fact that he still gets loads of letters from fans in Germany. I mean, and Murder McLeod's been retired for years. So tell me in the comments, just between me and you, what would you do if you were Arne Engels? Would you seriously consider it? I would. It's just between me and you, but we'll not tell anybody else in the chat. Anyway, Highlander, typical you, always late. McCown is a Dundee player. Yeah, he is that. La Bam Bam. Not allowed to sing on the channel. If you sell Engels Maida, then players will come in. Always had a feeling the board wouldn't spend a penny if they sold first. Yeah, that's true. McCown's terrible. Do we want troublemaker in Bamba? We have a team of Oompa Loompas. We need height and strength. I've not seen wee guys with orange faces running about. I thought the manager left. He was only Oompa Loompa. Been smoking my old Beat Street video, sweet. The old Beat Street video for 1982. You know your stuff, mate. Beat Street video, 1980. It was 82, wasn't it? It was 82, if I remember. McCown never hides, not like some players. Engels, who looks like he's going to burst out greeting. Come on, Luke McCown against. Right, let's not talk about the game last night. Because Luke McCown was shite. Luke McCown was completely. He was woeful. Steve Welsh update. Back at Celtic. Yeah, I spoke about that. Spoke about Stephen Welsh. He can't go to Aberdeen. He's played for two. You can only play for two clubs in a season. So I said that at the start of this video. Aberdeen's interest is cooled after Celtic quoted 400k, but Motherwell are still interested. as soon as he played for Celtic, the Aberdeen one was a no for Stephen Welsh. But there you go. Anthony Joseph said that Aberdeen have cooled their interest for 400 grand for Stephen Welsh. That's embarrassing. But he couldn't go to Aberdeen. Couldn't go to Aberdeen this season. As soon as he played last night, that was it. He can only play for Celtic or Motherwell. And I think that Stephen Welsh will be used as 400 grand off the price for any potential Motherwell player. I think a lot of players would just jump ship. Yeah, I think they would. I think they would, mate. If I was Arne Engels looking to be playing top half English Premier team within 5 years, mark my words. Nah, the English Premiership's not the be all and end all, mate. There's a lot of why haven't all the best German players played in England? Why haven't all the best Spanish players played in England? Why have all the best? There's loads of players that wouldn't get any. Listen, there's a young guy in Barcelona that will never step foot and play in English football. Never, ever. Mark my words for it. The English Premiership is not worth getting excited about. He's not worth worrying about. Engels has potential, just never seems to take risks. A scared player. Interesting. Quite a few people saying that. Haggis, Neeps and Tatties in the house tonight. If I was Arnie, I would go for the captaincy. Show Callum what it actually means to be captain, especially when the tough gets going. You don't go into fucking hiding. The beer is better in Germany. Go to Leipzig. It's funny because you get Germans coming here asking for German beer, and it's like, fuck off. Spanish wine's way better. We're not supposed to be selling players. Yeah, we're not, but this news has come out of Germany tonight. Where is it? It has come out of Sky Sports Germany. A German reporter has reported that we're not talking about, we don't want to sell them, but the news coming out of Germany, this has been translated for German, show the original, is the original, go back into German. RB Leipzig are looking at Arne Engels. They've been keeping an eye on the development of both Arne Engels and Jashiri. Leipzig see both of them on a shortlist for centre midfield. But anyway, they'll have money to spend. They've got way more money to spend. Do you know what I mean? But it is what it is, isn't it? We'll wait and see. How is the vote doing? Jesus, it's flying tonight. If we get another 7 votes, we'll close the poll down. A lot of people are just saying, just take the 15 million. Take the 15 million. I would say that. Would you take it? You wouldn't really want to sell him before the end of the season. What you could do is you could sell him and you can go to Hibs and buy Bowie. That's a good one. You could do that. Packet of wine gums and a Mars bar for Engels. Anyway, has he got a 25 release clause in his contract? Nope. It'll probably be something like 15, if anything. Celtic girl Jota, how long have you got? Ralston does that. Engels, too arrogant, dirty tackles, Baz. So the whole Celtic team, Talbot can hold their own. Donovan tried to bring you Talbot number 24, beat Donovan Welsh, trophy. Cack. Yeah, Joseph, this is true. I'm not going to vote on selling. It's just a bit of fun. Of course, we're not going to vote. I'm going to end the poll anyway, because the news coming out of Germany tonight that Arne Engels is on a watch list, and I've got to say that does some of you, and this is honest, does some of you not feel a bit embarrassed giving Engels all that stick and say that he's absolute shit when you've got RB Leipzig looking at him? he can't be a bad player and he can't be shite if RB Leipzig are considering putting an offer in for Arne Engels. And I wonder what the meeting. Bowie is overpriced. If Bowie's overpriced, right, and we take now here's a scenario. If Engels is shit anyway, there's we go. If Engels is shit and Celtic take 15 million for him, who's right then? And who's wrong? And then should we then pay the 6 million for the Hibs player? I'm just saying. Do you know what I mean? He's received an awful lot of grief. He has that, hasn't he? But anyway, it just shows you that as fans, of what we perceive a valuation of one of our own football players, I would never have thought that Celtic valued Stephen Welsh at 400 grand. But Jesus God, really? Is that all? Two things. This is an interesting one. Interesting tonight, chat. What's this? Yeah, I don't believe that Celtic only value Stephen Welsh at 400 grand. I mean, that's piss poor. Remember the Welsh to Roma stories, 10 million. Surely it has to be made up. See, this guy, Michael Shearer, is quoting Anthony Joseph. But Anthony Joseph hasn't put anything on his social media. He's maybe done it on a podcast tonight, but who knows? Who knows? But 400 grand's not a lot of money. We should be selling. Can't say that word. At the moment, 4 minimum requirement. I think that we still need 7 players in myself. Yeah, I know it's not good, but he shouldn't be sold here. Nothing more money than acquiring and shite 15 million in their arse pocket. Welsh to Real Madrid. Yeah, sign up to Real Madrid. Arne will be like Matt O'Reilly. Be a fantastic player for us in 1 or 2 years. That's an interesting one, but I think that will we keep a hold? It's like I said, if you're Arne Engels and your agent goes to you, listen, RB Leipzig are thinking about making a bid. Would you be interested? Yep. It would be as quick as that. It would be as quick as that. So anyway, I wondered how the meeting turned out tonight. I'd love to be a fly on the wall for that because it's been alleged that Martin O'Neill had a meeting tonight with Sean Maloney and Michael Nicholson. I wonder if he talks more in interview in conversations with Martin O'Neill and Sean Maloney, or if he just gives mumbo jumbo answers, and it's frustrating the hell out of Martin O'Neill. And then after the meeting, Martin O'Neill, 400, I'll take it. He's got to be worth. Come on, we've brought in players that are worse than Stephen Welsh. Welsh is no more than 500k. Some of our fans don't have a clue. But then again, anyway, get back to what I was talking about. Yeah, the meeting. Thank you. The meeting. I wonder if Martin O'Neill allows Michael Nicholson to walk out the door and then he just picks up the phone. Ross, yeah, it's Martin. How's things? Yeah, yeah. I've just been in a meeting with Nicholson. Yeah, Sean's here. Sean's here. Yeah, yeah. He's a good lad. Sean. He's a good lad. He says hi, by the way. But just been in the meeting with Nicholson, and to be fair, how can I put it politely? He's fucking useless. Yeah, sorry, Ross. I know you didn't want to hear that, Ross, but tell your dad to say hi to him when you see him. But yeah, he's tried to bamboozle me with high end stuff, chat, boardroom level chat stuff. And I've been in the game long enough. I'm 73, mate, and um, you know Nicholson's just he's not doing it for me. He's not getting in the players. He's talking about negotiations. Negotiations have fell through. Do you know what I mean? So I know that you sacked Wilfred, but anyway, speak up, Ross. I can't hear you. Wait, I changed ears, Ross. Yeah, that's better. It's my better ear, Ross. That's it. Right. Anyway, say hi to your dad. Nicholson's a prick. I'm going to get Sean to run me home because he's the taxi driver. Cheers. That's that's the way that the meeting went tonight, and Sean Maloney will be sitting there just thinking the guy's a nutter. The nutter. The guy's a nutter. He's like, boss, seriously, what are we doing here? Maybe the next one we'll see is Dermot statement saying Martin Hale's a selfish bastard. I don't think that that'll happen. Not if I think that Martin O'Neill is the secret agent. I really think that Martin O'Neill is the secret agent. Um, Reports coming out that the Green Brigade exile is over. Is there? Who's saying that? Um, Let me check what's up. Nah, don't believe you because my WhatsApp would have lit up like a balloon. Um, but anyway, Martin O'Neill, getting back to the meeting tonight, I reckon that that's how the meeting ended. Obviously, it's just a bit of a laugh and stuff, and pretend phone call to Ross Dermott. But I think that the manager has been put in place at Celtic to find out what really is going on with the hierarchy. Now, if there was a meeting on Friday night at Lennoxtown, and then Martin O'Neill and Fozzie go to Motherwell to watch a player, and then there's a meeting on Monday night, it tells me that the Martin O'Neill wants to sit right in front and look him in the eyes and saying, "Are you really trying to get me players in, Sonny? Are you really trying to get me players?" Because I think that Martin O'Neill is just the fact that Michael O'Neill was sarcastic about the ability of the Celtic hierarchy to get players in before the end of the year um, says a lot. But anyway, if I was Nicholson, I'd crap my pants if O'Neill wanted a meeting. Tell me about it. You're like that. Did you did you see the YouTube short I put up today? Go and check that out after this. With Martin O'Neill saying it's a mammoth week, and Michael Nicholson riding the mammoth, saying that hell would freeze over. There'd be an ice age before there's another one. The meeting is for Brunei to get more players at Ayr United. Nah, I doubt that. Um, you wouldn't need a meeting for that. Baz, if it's locked down at Lennoxtown, it's takeaway food being ordered. Nicholson making inquiries for some Thai. Oh, let's not pretend that it's a serious. Yeah, Stephen, you've got it correct. We're just, but anyway, they're taking the piss out of O'Neill. He will walk if they keep it up. I don't think he will. Throw money. Walsh and Motherwell. To marry Jota? You want to marry Jota? You'd have to drop a set of... Can't say that. Would you like to explain yourself, young man? Yeah, he would, wouldn't he? And then Michael Nicholson just sits there and says nothing. Absolutely nothing. Be fantastic. Right, let me do a quick update on Celtic stories that are out there this evening. Celtic have been in meetings tonight for transfers. Celtic were linked with Bamba. And they put in a loan offer. I think that loan offer might have been thrown out the window. It's a dad's army meeting at Celtic. Celtic, let me just do this. Donovan, nah, there's nothing new. The big news tonight is the Arne Engels news. All the mainstream media now have jumped on the story. That'll be the headlines in the paper tomorrow morning. Arne Engels, wanted by RB Leipzig. It's not the news that we wanted. Is DD in this meeting tonight? No, the meeting tonight was allegedly just with Martin O'Neill, Sean Maloney, and Michael Nicholson. And it was to talk about the transfer strategy and narrow it down to the players that they really want to get the deals done for. Anyway, look what happened for the last time the manager went for a meeting. Yeah. Right, that is me done and dusted for this evening. My throat's starting to get a bit sore, so I'm going to call it quits for tonight. They didn't want an obligation, not an option for Bamba. We want an option, and they want an obligation. Yeah, it's the way it is, isn't it? Arnie might not want to go back to Germany. Of course he would. It's way better football in the German league than it is Scottish league. Don't get the hatred for Kalmack. He does the job he's meant to. Yeah, this is true. 3XL's got a flight from Heathrow to Glasgow. Charlie Mulgrew, Boyd, and Derek Riordan. That's because they would have been doing TV stuff down south, mate. And you see them at Edinburgh Airport all the time. I've seen quite a few at Edinburgh Airport that do TV stuff. Anyway, that has me done and dusted for tonight. Thank you to everyone who has been on the channel tonight. Anthony Joseph has confirmed that Celtic are holding a transfer meetings FC, Inquiries FC. That's what we're going to be known as. But that's me done. Anyway, I shall see you all in the morning, 8:30 sharp. Hopefully we'll have some Celtic transfer news. If you go to Germany, Arne Engels is going to have a fantastic evening, Celtic fans all around the world, especially you. Thank you. And thanks to everyone who subscribed to the channel.